Book of Jehovih's Kingdom on Earth, Chapter 4. History of Shalom, formerly called Book of Shalom. The voice of Jehovah came to Tay, saying, Take thy people and go whither I will lead thee, and ye all shall be blessed. Quite sufficient are these to begin the founding of my kingdom on earth. 2. And Tay and his people went away to an unoccupied country by the river Shalom, so called because Tay had said. 3. I take the babes the Uzzians would not have, and I come to a place where the Uzzians would not live, and yet I will make it a place of peace and plenty. Therefore it shall be called Shalom. 4. And when they had pitched their tents and fed the children, Tay called them together, that he might speak before them. 5. Tay said, By and through Jehovah are all things accomplished, either directly or indirectly. 6. If directly, by his inspiration, then are all things well done, and in peace and in righteousness and love and wisdom. 7. If indirectly, and through other inspiration, then indeed is man answered in disaster and unhappiness. 8. Foremost of all, must it be man's aim to receive light directly from Jehovah in regard to all things. 9. To do which, man must approach his Creator in words and conduct, doing in practice the right which he perceiveth in judgment. 10. Now, therefore, from our youth up we have repeated the prayer, Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. 11. Yet not one of us put forth a hand to accomplish what we prayed for. 12. In which our prayers profaned the Almighty. 13. For had we been true in our heart, we had taken hold in practice according to our best ability. 14. In not doing which, we were false before Jehovah, and he could not answer our prayers in truth. 15. Moreover, we had said to one another from our youth up, As ye would that others should do unto you, do ye even so unto them. 16. Nevertheless, we served ourselves only. 17. We visited not the fatherless and motherless. 18. We sold not what we might, and gave to the poor. 19. We professed faith in Jehovah, but we manifested faith in money and in soldiers and warfare. 20. We had said, Love the Creator with all thy soul, and heart and mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. 21. Neither of which we fulfilled. 22. Now, therefore, we were unrighteous toward man, and false before Jehovah. 23. In repentance and shame have we come out of Uz, because we could not fulfill the commandments whilst dwelling in Uz. Behold, we have come thence to begin a new life upon the earth. 24. That our labor and our lives may be given unto Jehovah, with profit for the raising up of the race of man, and for the glory of the Almighty. Let us covenant ourselves unto him in fullness of heart and of soul, and with all our mind, to practice all the commandments in fullness. What say ye? 25. The multitude answered with one voice, We desire to covenant with Jehovah, that our labor and our growth may contribute to the founding of his kingdom on earth. 26. Make thou therefore thy covenant with the Creator, and that we may be in unison. Behold, we will repeat with thee thy words, that Jehovah may be glorified therein. 27. Tay said, Hear me then, ere we make the covenant to Jehovah. In the heavens, the angels surround the heavenly throne with columns of fire and water, and all the space within the circuit is named the place of the holy covenant, and it is appropriated to worship and to sacred rites and ceremonies. 28. But places of amusement and of all other kind of entertainments, not sacred in rites and ceremonies, are situated external to the place of the holy covenant. 29. Now, therefore, in remembrance of Jehovah's heavenly kingdoms, let us mark a circular line around about this place, and march in procession dedicating the enclosure of the holy covenant. 30. The multitude said, This is wise. By system and order and a place for all things, harmony will answer unto us. Lead thou, therefore, the way, and we will march with thee. 31. Then Tay marched, drawing the line of the sacred circle, and the multitude, two abreast, marched after him. 32. Tay said, I draw the line of the sacred circle unto thee, Jehovah. In thy name I dedicate and enclose this, thy place of the holy covenant, to be thine forever. 33. The multitude responded, May I remember thy line of the sacred circle, Jehovah, and comport myself within it for thine honor and glory forever. 34. Within this place am I about to covenant myself to thee forever, as a laborer to fulfill thy kingdom on earth for the resurrection of man. 35. Response. May I remember the little ones within this sacred circle, whom thou hast given into my charge, for whose welfare on earth and in heaven I am about to covenant myself unto thee, to make myself an example and sacrifice before them during all my life. 36. Together. In remembrance of the pillars of light in heaven that surround the throne of thy Son, God of earth and heaven, we build here a hedge and a fence, as a lasting testimony that we dedicated to thee, Jehovah, the enclosed place of the sacred covenant. Chapter 5. The Holy Covenant. Then Tay and his host went into the midst of the place of the Holy Covenant, and the host formed in a crescent, and Tay stood betwixt the horns thereof. 2. And while thus standing, Tay, being moved by the light of Jehovah upon him, uttered the covenant, and his host in concert uttered the words after him. 3. And these words were called the Holy Covenant, even as they are to this day, to wit. 4. Thou, O Jehovah, as thou hast declared thyself in the book of Jehovah. 5. To thee I covenant myself, to be thine forever, and to thee only, O Jehovah. 6. And I abjure all gods but thee. 7. And I abjure all lords but thee. 8. And I abjure all saviors but thee. 9. In this, thy place of the holy covenant, do I covenant myself unto thee, to be only thine and forever. 10. My corporeal body I dedicate and covenant unto thee, to be in thy service during all my life. 11. Because thou madest it out of thine own material, behold, it is thine. 12. The workmanship is thine, the material is thine also. 13. I have no claim upon it, unto thee and for thy service do I resign it forever. 14. Into my charge thou gavest it unto me, as the habitation of my spirit. 15. Because it is thy gift, I will care for it, and keep it clean and pure before thee, that it may be acceptable to thee, and to the presence of thy holy angels. 16. My spirit I also dedicate and covenant unto thee, to be in thy service forever. 17. My mind and soul I dedicate and covenant unto thee, to be in thy service henceforth forever. 18. My whole self, whereof I am made, soul and body, dedicate and covenant I unto thee, to be in thy service forever. 19. Out of thine own self madest thou me, soul and body, and they are thine only, to be used by thee forever. 20. Appropriate thou me, O Jehovah, my corporeal body and my spirit, my mind, my behavior, and my thoughts to be of profit to thee, for founding thy kingdom on earth. 21. And I covenant unto thee, Jehovah, I will search constantly into mine own every act and deed and word and thought, to make myself true in the practice of thy highest light upon me. 22. That henceforth forever I will search to find the highest light, and I will practice the same toward all men, women, and children. 23. Unto them will I not only do as I would be done by, but more. I will do for them with all my wisdom and strength all my life. 24. I covenant unto thee, Jehovah, that since all things are thine, I will not own nor possess exclusively unto myself anything under the sun, which may be entrusted to me, which any other person or persons may covet or desire, or stand in need of. 25. Neither more will I talk of myself, either in laudation of what I am, nor of what I have done. But thou shalt judge me, and hold me accountable for shortness in word and behavior, wherein by any means I may manifest self-esteem or covetousness for fame, or the applause of men, even for any good I may have done unto others. 26. Neither more will I censure nor criticize nor blame any man or woman nor any child over 14 years of age as an individual in all the world for any shortness in word or deed they manifest. 27. For they are thine, Jehovah, and not mine, to be led or driven by me. 28. To all these faithist, my brothers and sisters in thy kingdom, will I deal and think and behave in affiliation as gently and truly as were they my own blood and kin, brothers and sisters, or father and mother. 29. And over these babes, which thou hast entrusted to me, will I be as loving and true as were they my own blood and kin, sons and daughters. 30. According to thy light, which thou mayest bestow upon me, will I raise them up to know thee, and to be a glory in thy kingdom. 31. First of my teaching unto them shall be to make them know thee, and to remember that thy eye is upon them, and thy hand above them, to bless them according to their wisdom, truth, love, and purity. 32. And I will teach them the way of the communion of thy angels, to develop them in Suis and Sargis. 33. Teaching them to live for the Spirit within, rather than for corpor. 34. Teaching them by books and instruments. 35. Teaching them useful trades and occupations. 36. Teaching them music and worship. 37. Teaching them dancing and gymnastics. 38. And in all things, developing in them all the talents thou hast created in them, that they may grow up to be an honor and a glory on the earth, and to rejoice because thou hast created them alive. 39. And I will emancipate them from infancy at 14 years of age, and bestow upon them the rights of man and woman, to their thoughts, words, deeds, choice, and actions. 40. Throwing upon them at that age their responsibility unto thee, for their thoughts, words, ideas, and behavior, as fully as I claim the same unto mine own self. 41. And now, O Jehovah, that this thy kingdom on earth may be known and distinguished from the habitations of the Uzians, we make this our solemn oath unto thee. 42. We will not, now nor forever, make war, nor engage in war, nor take any part in war, for any God, nor Lord, nor Savior, nor country, nor king, or other ruler on earth, nor will we aid nor abet war in any way ever. 43. Neither will we, now nor forever, eat fish nor flesh of any creature thou did create alive. 44. And we swear unto thee, Jehovah, in regard to these our babes, which thou hast given unto our keeping, to found thy kingdom on earth, we will raise them up to abjure war, like unto this our oath unto thee, and to practice not the carnivorous habit belonging to the Uzians. 45. Neither will we use, nor permit to be used, in Shalom, any intoxicating drink, nor weed, nor root, nor gum, nor any other drug, for the contamination of human flesh, by intoxication or for stimulation, unnaturally. 46. Make us strong and wise, O Jehovah, in this our covenant and oath unto thee, for thine are the honor and the glory of all things, time without end. Amen. Chapter 6. The Covenant of Brotherhood. Now, when Tay and his hosts had made the covenant with Jehovah, behold, the voice descended upon Tay by entrancement, with the holy angels of the God of heaven and earth, and he said, 2. Whosoever choose me, I choose in return. 3. Whosoever serve me, I serve in return. 4. Alike unto like, created I the adaptation of angels and mortals. 5. As ye have drawn a corporeal circle around my kingdom, behold, my holy angels have drawn a spiritual circle around you. 6. As ye have dedicated to me, so do I dedicate to you. to serve you in holiness and wisdom, by angels from the throne of my God. 7. As much as ye have come to raise up my little ones, I will come to you through my angels and raise you up also. 8. As ye make my little ones wise and useful, and to rejoice in their lives, so will I minister unto you. 9. As ye are covenanted unto me against war, and to establish the practice of peace on earth, so will my hand be over you in this my kingdom, both on earth and in heaven. 10. And as much as ye are come to found my kingdom on earth, even so have I opened the kingdoms of the second resurrection in heaven unto you. 11. Proclaim it in the east and west and north and south, my kingdom is founded on earth. 12. The voice departed, and then Te, in his own wisdom, faced to the east, and he said, 13. Hear ye, O mortals and angels. Jehovah's kingdom is founded on earth. 14. Then Te faced to the west, saying, hear ye, O mortals and angels. Jehovah's kingdom is founded on earth. 15. Then Te faced to the north, and said, hear ye, O mortals and angels. Jehovah's kingdom is founded on earth. 16. Next, Te faced to the south, saying, hear ye, O mortals and angels. Jehovah's kingdom is founded on earth. 17. And Te made the sign of the circle twice cut, and his host answered under the sign, Jehovah's dawn. 18. And now the light of Jehovah came upon Te, and of his own accord he said, 19. Without a covenant of brotherhood, behold, we are like an unorganized school without a teacher. 20. As Satan, in the management of his soldiers for war purposes, hath demonstrated the advantage of power through discipline, let us be wise in the Father's kingdom, by discipline also, but in peace and righteousness. 21. Unity cannot be achieved through order and discipline and rites and ceremonies and words. 22. Power is obtained more by concerted oneness of purpose than by anything else under the sun. 23. For which purposes let us become organic for the founding of Jehovah's kingdom on earth. 24. So that henceforth we shall be a unit before the world, guided by Jehovah to the single end of establishing a community that can practice his commandments in full. 25. And though we may fail in some measure, let us remember the generation we are raising up shall have more advantages in practice, and their successors shall also advance still higher. 26. Ultimately, all the world shall attain to peace, virtue, plenty, and wisdom. 27. Already are we covenanted to live our all highest light and to practice it. 28. How then shall we become organic and still have no leader or overseer? 29. The highest wisdom in the state or in the community is not with the majority, but with a small minority. 30. The highest wisdom, which is the highest light, should guide the individual and the community and the state. 31. Now, therefore, let us divide ourselves into groups of 10s. 32. And each group shall select its wisest man as speaker, and his title shall be chief. 33. And let the chiefs be a group also, and they shall select a speaker, whose title shall be sea chief. 34. Let the business within the colony be divided into as many departments as there are groups, one to each. 35. But let the united business of the colony, in its relations to the world and to sister colonies, be in the care of the sea chief and the other chiefs. 36. Now, behold, in the kingdoms of heaven, when a matter is announced, requiring the holy council's action, each and all the members who desire speak thereon, giving their highest light. 37. And after that, the chief giveth his highest light, which is the decree. 38. So let it be with us. 39. And it shall be discovered in a short time who is the highest light, not only of each group, but of all the groups. 40. And whosoever is chief shall be held responsible for the errors or shortness of his group, and whosoever is sea chief shall be held responsible for the shortness or errors of the whole colony as such. 41. Who then, knowing what is bound on earth is also bound in heaven, is willing to bind himself unto these heavenly laws for the sake of Jehovah's kingdom on earth? 42. When Tay asked this, the whole of the multitude answered, In Jehovah's name, I bind myself in this also. 43. Tay said, Then, in Jehovah's name, repeat after me. 44. In the name of Jehovah, I bind myself to the sea chief's decree, and I bind myself to the chief's decree also, and I bind myself in the brotherhood of groups. 45. When they had thus repeated the words of brotherhood, Tay said, Let the hosts form in circle, facing the center. 46. When they were thus formed, Tay went round the circle on the inside, going with the sun, shaking hands with each one as he passed, saying, Welcome, my brother, sister, in the brotherhood of faithists. With thee I covenant to be thine equal and obedient servant, to whom I wed myself both in this world and in the next, for the resurrection of man and the establishing of Jehovah's kingdom with mortals. 47. Then after Tay, the next one on his left went round the circle also, shaking hands and repeating the marriage words of the brotherhood. 48. And so on they went, until all of them had completed the covenant of the brotherhood. 49. Tay said, I salute you all under the sign, Jehovah's name. 50. And they answered, by his instruction, in the sign, many in one. 51. The voice spake through Tay, saying, Whoever hereafter shall join my kingdom shall repeat my covenant and the covenant of my brotherhood before the sea chief and the chiefs and before my chosen, in the manner ye have done before me and my holy angels.